10 a.m.
Commissioner Gator.
Here.
Commissioner Gallagher.
Here.
Commissioner Butler. Here. There's a quorum present.
As you wish, please stand for the pledge and the invocation. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Lord, we thank you for all the blessings you bestow on us. We ask for healing for our current president. We ask for healing for our former president and the people affected by the shooting last week. We ask for healing for the country as we go forward. We ask wisdom for the people that are making decisions today so that they can be made in a proper and wise manner. And all these things we ask in your Son's name, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
The consent agenda is on the board, has been published. Motion?
Motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, we have an extension report. Kendra?
That's not right.
That's not,
That's not right.
that's not.
I won't make you give your report. Look
How
at
old were
that.
you there?
9 maybe? 10?
9?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know, something like that. It's interesting. That's my father beside me and my father-in-law.
Yeah.
Both named Kenny.
That's both Kenny's.
Yeah. You did have to keep it easy, right?
I guess.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Now, what did you win there?
It was a dairy award.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure what. Yep. Dairy
That's
cattle.
back
was-
when Coal Myers was a dairy farm and
Correct.
cows walked across the 00. and-
They walked across 00.
Yeah.
Would not do that now.
No. On the hamburger if you do that. yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You can barely make it across on foot or on a 4-wheeler.
Yeah. Okay. I won't make you look at that while you're taking the report.
That's a good one. Thank you so much for sharing.
Other than the hair, you haven't changed much.
I appreciate that. Goodness. All right, well, we'll get started with the good stuff and forget the picture. I am Kendra Graham, Extension Engagement Specialist for MU Extension, serving St. Francis County. And so I'm going to give you a little update of the last 3 months that Extension has done in the county. We'll start off with our 4-H and youth programming. I have a 2-page sheet sitting up here if you guys want a copy. I'm just giving short little highlights. So we have a shooting sports program that is going really strong. We had 2 kids go to the state shoot, and a 67 Gun Club helps those kids out by allowing them to shoot there. And so we have rifle, pistol, and archery programs going on there. On the livestock side of it, this year they had a dog project, and then also worked with County Fair on all those livestock projects. And so the Prospect Show was held April 13th to help those kids prepare for the fair. David Cater was there cooking hot dogs. We appreciate that. Thank you. Those kids really enjoyed it. We had a rabbit and poultry clinic. And then at the fair is kind of the culmination of some of those livestock projects. We had over 200 kids exhibit projects. They had 266 building exhibits and over 171 animal exhibits and 86 cured meats projects. We did sell about 150 of those items at the Sale of Champions for over $234,000 worth of sales. And those go directly back to the kids for either expanding their projects, scholarship opportunities, and so forth. So the community is an amazing supporter. Want to give kudos to them for coming out and buying those projects. Casey and Janet are both involved in a couple of grants related to STEM. They have backpacks available at the library to check out. Each backpack is a different curriculum related to climate, or some of them are computer programming and so forth. So if those kids want to go to the library and check out those backpacks, they can do the activities there, bring them back, and then they'll fill them back up with whatever consumables that need to be replaced. They also are doing a computer science coding camp that started July 8th and will run through August 12th. And then they're planning a girl-powered coding day camp at the Farmington Library August 1st, and that's open to any kids. They don't have to be in 4-H. So if you're interested in that, ask at the office. On the agriculture side, the livestock section, we had a Show Me Select heifer sale the first part of May and sold 112 heifers. Excuse me. They averaged $2,856 a head. So we're seeing that high rise of cattle prices and trying to ride that out, which is great for our producers. We have 250 heifers enrolled for the fall sale season. There was a grazing school held with 24 people in attendance. Excuse me. And I'd like to invite up Mike Graham. He's your new livestock specialist serving St. Francis County and several other counties. So, Mike, if you want to come up real quick.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Graham. I'll be the new field agent for livestock for St. Francis County. I cover 9 counties and in the city of St. Louis. Just retired from teaching ag education. Been in the classroom for the last 25 years, the previous 24 in Fredericktown. So this is a new venture for me. I'm excited about the opportunity to help the producers in our area try to make the most out of their resources. Look forward to seeing you all.
I got a quick question. I know there's a lot of bull in the city of St. Louis, but there's a lot of cow.
There's people you learn to ignore.
I know him. We know each other. I have no idea. I'm waiting for the zoo to call me. Really, to be honest. So, we'll see.
They got a lot of wildlife, but I didn't know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
One of the last things that I wanted to talk about was our family nutrition program. Alyssa Boyer works a lot in the summer with summer school and then some gardening programs. Excuse me. And then I wanted to highlight, she also went to the county fair. If you've noticed down in our storage area under the stairs, we have a bike. And why would Extension have a bike? It is a smoothie bike, and so we use that to teach the kids exercise while making a delicious smoothie. And so they pedal, and it makes has a blender on the back and makes a smoothie. So Alyssa does a great job in the summer as well as during the school year. Any questions?
And I did get to go out there, and it's amazing. And last couple of years I've been getting to do this, and it's just awesome to watch these kids and the livestock that they actually watch grow and help grow and help. It's just
Raise and train.
everybody's got to see it. It's just amazing.
Yeah, they do it. They do a great job too.
Oh,
Parents are
man.
involved. It's amazing. The
Everybody.
volunteers.
It's just grandparents, parents, now it's generational.
Correct.
On the shooting sports, what caliber rifle do they use? 22?
Yes.
And do they own their own rifle they use?
Some can bring their own, but they do have grants from the NRA where they have rifles available for the kids to use. Yep.
52X's or something like that?
Something. I'm not sure what the
Okay.
model is. Yep.
I was on the rifle team in college and we used 52X's. So anyway. Okay.
So is it about the longbow? They use longbow or?
They don't in that archery. It's more compound though.
Oh.
Yep.
Is it through the schools that the team is that going through state, or is it just through?
No, it's a 4-H.
Oh, through 4-H.
Yeah, they have to go through a safety training and then do their mock trainings before they go to the state level. Yep.
So I have a question. You've been involved with St. Francis County Fair since you were how old?
8.
Okay. I won't ask your age now, but when you received that, you sold your cow for how much?
I did not sell my dairy cows.
Oh, you did not?
No. Nope, we kept them and brought them back home.
Okay.
They stayed in the herd.
So from age 8 to 2024, how much has the fair expanded
Is this your sneaky way of asking how old she is?
and prize money, et cetera?
So as far as sales, it has increased every year. If I want to think about it, the last 5 years at least, I'm sure it's been more than that. But numbers-wise, hogs have expanded quite a bit. Steers up and down, but stay around that 50 head range.
Okay.
Dairy cattle are non-existent now. So
And why is that?
there's no dairies in the
county.
county. Yep. If they are, they're small, 10, 12 cow
I see.
selling. They don't sell milk to a cooperative or like Prairie Farms.
I remember when Kenny Colmeyer
Yep.
drove the milk truck.
Yeah.
And he came to Sunnymead, and Sunnymead cows come the road too.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep.
At one time, how many dairy? We had, what, 4 in the county?
I remember there was probably 6.
Well, it depends on how long back you go. At one point, we had 9 different dairies in the county that bottled their own milk.
Yeah.
And so, that was just the ones that had their own milk bottles. That wasn't the independent ones that sold to them to bottle their milk. So it depends on how far back you go. If you go back to the 1950s, we had in the teens the number of dairies that we had. A lot of them, the houses, the milk barns are still there on the farms if you know what to look for.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a Ryan involved in the milk back a long time ago?
The name doesn't sound good.
Ryan, I remember the trucks because they'd come in, they had stainless beds, they would get the milk. and
I
go.
remember how
Yeah.
clean that
Yeah.
Colmeyer truck was.
Yeah.
Milk truck was coming through, it just was
Yeah.
shiny. Yeah.
His trucks are still like that.
Yeah.
Talk about Terry,
Terry.
TK.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything that man has is clean.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions, anybody?
Great job.
Thanks, Kendra.
Thank you.
And Mike, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get away from the picture, okay? We have a bid opening, and this is cameras for the interview rooms at the jail. And we're gonna update those. How many bids do you have?
3.
You have 3 bids. They'll be put on the front table. They will not be acted upon today. And the description says 360 cameras. I don't think it's 360. 360 is probably a model.
It's the 360 view.
360 view, okay. So a type of camera, not a number.
Williams Alarm has a bid here. Roberts Alarm.
And this will be studied to make sure the bids comply to all the rules and all that stuff. And then a decision will be made by
Key Solutions.
combination of IT and sheriff.
Is anybody here from any of these companies that would like to take a picture of bids? Let's go on, and we'll collect them back up that later.
Okay, they'll be picked up after the meeting, but, okay. So, they've been opened in public, so we move right along. Approve the purchase of 2 new trucks. John?
John Gillis, Highway Administrator. So I'm back again. This has been the biggest mess of trying to purchase 2 trucks for the county. So we typically purchase off state contract. We can pick various models through that state contract. This year we tried to do some local purchasing. So we went out to bid for some trucks. We had 2 bidders, which was Pettis and Offenburg. Pettis Ford said they could provide us with the trucks, so we selected them. That was back in November. They still cannot get the trucks. They do not classify as a fleet truck because there's not a window open to produce those trucks, to get them built. So they cannot provide us with 2 fleet trucks as the bid required. So we went into basically like a negotiation to see what they could get us. Well, now they have to sell us retail trucks, which are more money. That's why I came to you guys last week, to get an additional value for those trucks. They cannot get those trucks now. So I went to the other bidder and negotiated with them as well. And they have 2 trucks on the ground at Farmington that we can purchase. And they're very similar in price to the bid that we had at the first, back in November.
And the specs you had.
And the
at that
specs.
time.
The only difference is a different color now, but everything's there that we need.
Are they
So
pink?
they are not. I still don't think people would see us in a pink truck on the road.
Well, you'd be notable. They know who you
They
were.
noticed.
I don't know.
Trust me.
Well, maybe that's a solution then, because we can use those for our mowing trucks.
Right, put lights on it.
Yeah. So I sent an email to you, Harold, with the original cost of the 2 trucks that we bid out, and, well, I gave you all those
I think it's
numbers.
at 46,950 is the correct number.
That is not correct.
That is not correct.
I
What is
sent
it?
you an email this morning
Okay, no, I didn't see
with
that.
all the updated. One truck will be 45, 585.53. The other truck will be 46, 278.70.
Both of them cheaper than this.
And I've got buyer's orders for both of them right here.
46, what was it?
Here you go. And these will be purchased locally.
Which is actually cheaper than when you wanted the 3,000.
I think, yeah, cheaper than the 3,000, which we were gonna have to purchase those Fords as retail trucks. It's about $800 more than what we bid them at
Yes.
as fleet trucks.
Okay.
If you bid a fleet truck, they can give you a discount for
Carrie's
fleet.
got dollar amount.
Yeah, I did see your own email.
That's okay.
So John, we're really back to our original bid, we're right at it.
We're real close.
So we're actually, from what we're gonna do with the Fords, that's saving us around 6,000, we're back to our original.
We're back to the original bid.
Thank you.
Okay, motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the purchase of the two pickups for Road and Bridge from Offenburg for, truck one would be 45,585.53, and truck two is 46,278.70.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, questions?
John, what's the difference in the truck?
We don't have any extra equipment that needs to be added to those, do we?
We have to add our own lights to them. When we purchase them off the state contract, we can get all that stuff on the truck. So when they're delivered, they're ready for the road. But it's something that we can do in-house.
Except for lights. What else?
But that's it,
Just lights?
just the warning lights and stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Louis, do you want clarification of where that money's coming from?
It's out of our
It's
budget,
budgeted.
yeah.
It's budgeted.
Just, I mean, do you want to say that?
Yeah.
That will be
You've
coming
been
out
declaring when it was from other stuff.
of the budget.
Road and Bridge.
Out of our, out of our equipment budget.
Okay.
Good point. Any other questions, comments? All in favor of purchasing two Chevy pickups, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Don. Permission to bid. Here comes Mr. J.
Good morning, Dave Graff, Recorder of Deeds, looking to bid out the current grant that we have received. June is when we received it. We actually got permission last November 2023 to start this bidding process, or this process to get this particular grant. We received the grant, and now we're at the point of needing to bid it out, so asking permission to do that. This is to finalize the digitization of our marriage books in our office. We have completed the first half, and this is the second half of our books that need to be taken care of. And when that bid comes in, we will set that up, and it would, as in the last 6 years I've been doing this, they'll probably, whoever does it will come in sometime this November or maybe December and actually come in with their equipment and do that work right in our office.
Is there more than one place, company that can do this work?
There is, but only one bids.
Because this is going out for bids, we're pointedly not talking about the dollar amount of the grant. You can't talk about dollars and bids at the same sentence. So that's why that's not on there. But the grant has been awarded, and it's non-matching. Motion?
The recorder of deed permission to bid out the for the local preservation grant for their vital records as a non-matching grant. So
I'll second that. And Jay, this is your, how many years you've
This is
got
the
this grant?
sixth year. We've had grants every year, so one year I think we've doubled up on a couple of them.
That's a great job.
Questions? Yeah, Louis.
So Jay, do you maintain the hard copies then of these records?
Yeah, those are like archival, like in a museum, you can come in and anybody can come in and look at those actual authentic and handwritten from the 1800s, those records there. Some of them are in books, others are on index cards because of those. Some of those records are not available, but they are on index cards, and those can be viewed. And that's another thing, as time passes and these original records, they get older, they are, in the future, they will eventually, to get them digitized, this is where we went with Bastion, so we can get digitized in the cloud, so if anything happens to whatever, however,
If
natural disaster, we're good.
a person off the street that has no idea how your office operates wants to come in and research Grandpa, what do? They just walk up to your desk and...
We will assist them. We're not allowed to actually do a search, like
Show you how to look.
show you how to do it. Yeah,
Okay.
so you gotta be careful on how the steps are taken.
So in the event of a computer loss, you would maintain the actual physical
Correct.
books of this information?
Right, as put to us by our past person that won these bids, with the Bastion setup, if the whole county building is wiped out within 2 to 3 hours in a hotel room with a laptop, we can be back up again recording deeds, or people can search online, still search online, so it'll be available.
And that information is protected how?
There's,
We've had a data loss, so.
Right, this is an institution that has spent millions of dollars, which they don't only service our county, but a lot of other entities where they have a building dedicated to preservation of records, and they actually hire people to try to break in through their computers to find out where they might be weak, and that's a continual process. They have backup to the backup, plus again, it's in the cloud, and it's always going to be accessible, so.
Any other questions, comments? All in favor of permission to bid, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jay.
Permission to apply for a grant, Mr. Mike.
Mike Sumter, Parks Department Superintendent. We would like to ask for permission to apply for the Outdoor Recreation Infrastructure Grant, in which we would be using it for 2 sets of bathrooms at Owl Creek Park. The 2 sets will be 2 bathrooms each one, and drinking fountain, running water, power. The grant is, the maximum is $300,000. We'll be pretty close to that. We are classified as a Tier 2 county with them, which could give us up to 75% on their part, 25% match on our part.
You're saying it's 25% max
25%.
matching, okay. Okay. And, motion?
I'll make a motion that we, permission to apply the outdoor recreational instructional grant through the Missouri Department of Conservation for Owl Creek, Mike Sumter.
I'll second that.
Questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Mike, thank you very much.
Okay, Cory could not be here, so I'll try to explain this. We have a program in the payroll system where an employee may choose to have a withholding on paychecks for medical expenses. And what this does is remove that before taxes so that your medical expenses would be tax-free. And it's a program that started out with, as I understand it, somebody else, maybe the insurance agency, was going to pay the $75 a month.
Colonial Life.
And that changed, and now the county is due for this amount. And that's developed into a $2,400 bill over the length of time, which is not just this year, but years past. So we do owe this bill, according to the records. So we need to approve the payment of this $2,400 bill. And that's to pay what's been done. As far as continuing, want to take your bills now or what?
Oh, I guess I gotta put it on sign.
As far as continuing the subscription fee, we'll have to, that's another question for another time. But need approval now for the $2,400 bill that has accrued. So motion?
I'll make a motion to pay the outstanding bill for the ASI invoice for $2,400. We we gotta pay.
Second?
I'll second that. And what I was gonna add, that bill actually accumulated in, what,
It's been a year or two ago.
2021, yeah, 2 years ago. And right now, we have people on this program in the county. And what it does, it helps them, your kids, where they don't have to fork out, a big wad of money, it helps them. So I'm seconding that.
Question? Blake?
What does the contract say on this for the previous payment?
Well, you owe it, I don't know what you're.
Well, what it was, I've got a little copy, I think. It was a Colonial Life broker, the sales manager. I think that they said that they were gonna pay this, and since then, that person has left.
They lied.
Yeah, and that bill accumulated, and we are paying it now, but it's accumulation of that time she left. And that's, this bill
was
is
brought
like
up
2
once
years old.
before, and it was
Yeah.
asked about, we put it on.
Put it
Yeah,
on our
we
advisement.
didn't act
But
like that.
didn't
Yeah.
ask on, and we went back to the company and said, you owe it. I don't care what the salesperson said, and
Yeah.
that's where it's come to today. They're still billing us.
And I don't think that they're not charging interest on it, they just kept saying the bill on it, and we're just gonna pay the bill.
When it started, I signed up for it, but then I learned that you had to take it out the same year. You couldn't add on to the year after year. So I got out of it because didn't need it that way, so, anyway. But,
So there's no recourse for us going back to try to recover this 2,400?
well, apparently that's been tried.
Yeah.
And
And
they
tried. She no longer works for that company, and all we had was, from what I understand, is a verbal agreement, which would've been nice to have that.
So we learned anything from this
Yes,
going
we have.
forward?
Exactly.
Which is,
Which is make sure it's in black and white when you sign it,
okay.
and
And where is this 2,400 coming from?
Good question.
do they have, I don't know if, I didn't say the clerk's office, because that's not here, but payroll department have its own, you know what I mean, so.
It says, in here, it says the county's responsible for the amount.
Yeah,
We
so-
just need to figure out which one county, what we're gonna pay it out of. We need to decide that today.
No, we should be able to find the money somewhere, but
I guess with the table.
you're gonna have a fund, you have to take, I'd say
we
the
table it
commissioner,
next
won't we
week.
okay.
We did that before.
Yeah, we
We
tabled
did.
it.
I'm
put it
saying
by-
it's gonna be on the agenda next week.
Yeah.
Well, the 2,400 apparently is not growing, so I guess we can table it. Okay, table the motion, or table the situation, okay. Okay, I just ran out of the meeting. Next regular meeting will be tomorrow, not tomorrow.
Employees normally paid for
Say it again?
it. Initially, the employees paid for it. Am I correct?
Well, I don't think anybody ever paid any of it.
But according to what you were just saying, it came from the employees.
Right, I think there's only like
Not the
12.
administration
not the
charge,
administration.
deduction into the payroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Came from them.
So I don't know where,
We'll find it.
So we'll get it.
So this table, by the next week, we'll know. Okay, bit of correspondence. Public comments. Departmental reports. Yes, Nick?
Our wonderful camera has decided it's not gonna work. We'll have audio on YouTube and no video.
I saw you put the microphone, or the recorder down.
And we will look into a better, more up-to-date, better voice one before the next meeting.
We'll have it figured out.
Any other departmental
Thank you,
reports?
Yeah, I want to give you an update on elections. There's 200 and some odd people that have already voted. As of today, it's a no excuse balloting, so the people come over. We've got a staffed up farm, but I was over there a while ago, and there'd only been a half dozen people that come through so far today. Hopefully, the voting will pick up. Election's 2 weeks from today, which we're hoping, since all of our staff will be gone, and some of you all will be gone, that if you have bids or anything, we're hoping not to have a meeting. We typically don't have a meeting on the day of major elections because we get too many other parts moving. So if you've got bids that are supposed to be coming in, try to schedule some other, the week after or the Thursday after. We could have if it's really necessary and we have to have it done. But it is tough to do that when we've got everybody. And I know, Harold, you're talking about helping us poll work. We still need about 10 poll workers, so we're gonna have everybody on. Second thing, this is typically time you bid health insurance. We have a contract for our health insurance, and I've had several companies, including local companies, asked to come and pay proposals on health companies. Right now, I think most of our employees are very satisfied with our one we have. I see no reason to try to get out of a contract unless.
I think there'd be a public hanging if we try to cancel it, yeah.
I was at a meeting, there's a consortium of people in southeast Missouri that provides health care to taxing entities, and they've got a nice program, but they were wanting to make a proposal, and I said, in 6 years, we have not had, that I've been here, we have not had one complaint on it.
No.
And that's very rare. You can say for a health provider, it'd be difficult to justify leaving them, and with modest rate increases. It's not like they've been sticking with something.
And they'll tell us a year or two ahead of time what it's gonna be.
And also, Kevin, I think I know what group you're talking about, and they do have a nice thing for people that can't get into the program that we're in. So
I think our
they do
local
a
school
great
district
job.
is adopting them.
And yes, the local school district is. It's just, and I don't, yeah, it's.
I just thought I'd tell you, the report, if you hear back from that I won't listen to proposals, I'll listen. I have no plan on changing.
I'm not sure our contract is due yet on our
It's not, that's
health.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We would have to get out of a contract. I see no reason to take proposals and waste people's time when we have no desire.
I think we'd be glad to entertain the presentation of a proposal when our contract is due.
That's what I.
But there's some expense to getting those bids too. The publication expense and all that.
Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you, that if you get backlash from some people saying, why aren't you? We've got a good contract and everybody's happy right now. I don't see any reason to be moved.
Our office did a survey of county employees a few years ago on the satisfaction or dissatisfaction of our current health care, and we received no discrepancy, no disinformation, no unapproval of our current. That's been a few years ago, so I don't know, maybe it's changed.
Well, what was that initial cost savings for the first 3 years that we entered into the?
Well over $250,000 to $500,000.
And then that
From
was
the
just
previous.
progressive. I think by like year 3 or 4, we'd save about $3 million
Total,
total.
yeah, over the past 6 years.
It's a system that everybody loves. Yeah.
Well, I can't say that, but
Well, likes.
Majority.
I say a majority, not every, I don't know.
Yeah, copay for medications is a lot of times zero, sometimes 47 cents. You know, it's ridiculous how cheap it is.
We have several office holders here too, and I know you've in the past made available if they have employees that have unused vacation days and they would like to use them to work the polls. Encourage that, and I'd appreciate that too, because we still have more.
He alluded to the fact that I plan to work the polls. These guys are on the ballot, so they can't work in the polls. I am not on the ballot, so I can work, and I need that education. So I plan to work the polls on that day. So on election day, I will not be here. I will turn it over to these guys and hope for the best.
I don't know if we'll have a meeting
No, we'd
either.
like to
I would
not
not,
have, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
we would like not to have.
We're not
a
gonna be
meeting
here.
that
so.
If you're saying without me, you can't have a meeting, okay? I understand
Kind of
that.
a very busy day for some.
Well, you don't have to have it on a Tuesday, I mean.
No, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
if there's something that has to happen, we could do it on a Thursday or anything like that.
Well, he could move his election to another day.
We could move that election.
One party voted on Tuesday and the other party voted on Wednesday.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, okay, moving right along. Any other departmental reports? Okay. Is anybody looking at the
Hey,
screen?
I just want to make sure we didn't miss somebody.
Okay.
I make a motion we adjourn though.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Just
Aye.
general public after the meeting, we have the closing of the BOE gate from, just the official close, we don't have any more.
Yeah, it was $8 million over the course of.
Yeah, they officially closed.
Thank you all for coming in.